Ouch. Street Fighter 3 does a lot of things overtly very wrong, and a lot of subtle things very right. A lot of people are aware of the overtly wrong things, but not very aware of the subtle right things. One of Street Fighter 3's greatest strengths is that you are never at a loss of how to continue. It's always very clear what you could have done to win. This is a result of oh, it's a Julie player. This is very uncommon. This is a result of the way parries work. It also means that no single thing can ever be broken. It always has to be a pair of things. Even Yun's Ganejin isn't broken in and of itself. It's broken because he has block Ganejin normals and a command grab. Chun-Li's low forward isn't broken. Chun-Li's low forward in combination with her car throw is broken. Ken's overhead into super isn't broken. Ken's overhead into super in combination with his low into super is broken. Parries make it so that you need to have a broken mix-up rather than a broken tool. If you want to see broken tools, look at Street Fighter 2. Old Sagat would be a really good example. So Julie is basically a motion... I nearly said a motion Kami. She's weird. She's basically Kami, but some of her special moves are slightly different. This one you'll probably recognize. It's literally Kami's exact uppercut. The animation is fully and completely shared. Instead of having Spiral Arrow, she has this jumping kick move, and the jumping kick move is pretty much worse than Spiral Arrow in every way. It's slower, it's much more unsafe, and the anti-air hitbox is basically negligible. It's good for these kinds of juggles, but so is Spiral Arrow, so... That was neat. She actually still has that jumping kick move in Street Fighter 5. Oh, Sky. Alpha games are weird because they're super hyper fundamental until meter gets used, and then things get pants on head retarded as soon as meter gets used in Alpha 2 and Alpha 3. They're like extremely clean Street Fighter, like footsie based games with a lot of single hits and very few combos. %100% based on like spacing and ranges and stuff like that. And then someone activates and it just becomes like a dumbass game. A3 is generally deeper than A2, which is better and worse. It allows the game to be more broken. That left forward does not cancel in this game. Cammy did not get cancelable left forward until Street Fighter 4, I think. I don't think she had it in CVS 2. She definitely didn't have it in Street Fighter 2. She definitely didn't have it in this game. You only get 2 of those, I think. If you Ochio someone into a corner in V-ISM, you can then Ochio them again out of the corner. The game's balance is actually exemplified when you stop using a lot of the different isms. The isms are like a unifying balancing feature. Everyone in X-ISM... X-ISM is a cleaner game, but it has worse balance. It just basically becomes Street Fighter 2. This game generally has better balance than Street Fighter 2. Gen and Guy are the really, really, really well-known ones. It's because they have really, really whack, bad V-ISM juggles, and also they have supers they can confirm really, really easily, and also juggle out of. Sim isn't better in V-ISM, I mean in A-ISM. He's just as good. Sim's V-ISM juggles are pretty nice, but the extra guard bar plus like cheaper alpha counters in A-ISM is kind of good. His supers aren't a huge factor either. It's like up to the Dhalsim. A and V are like as good as each other. V is probably a little bit better. Sakura is mad good in this game. She's got really simple footsies, but she hits like a freight train. Sodom is mad good in this game. This is X-ISM Sakura. She hits like a fucking freight train. X-ISM's Sakura's combos are so strong. She gets like a couple light normals and she just fucks you. Like that. Let's meter those two. Sodom's damage is really high as well. Sodom's actually a very tight character. Sodom is full-blooded white American. He's just obsessed with Japanese culture. He doesn't speak any Japanese, but he tries really hard. This is his stage. It's full of just fucking random Japanese shit. Let's not forget that Sodom is in fact ripped, though. So how much of a nerd can he be? Sodom is just Abigail, but instead of cars, it's Japanese culture. Ah, crouch cancel infinites. This is the best part of Alpha 3. They actually patched out crouch cancel infinites in one of the updates of this game, and it made the balance a lot worse. I mean, let's not forget that Sodom's like a fucking scary-ass gang member, too. Remember this character? Someone called 2 turntables. Tell him there's not one with 2 Koreans on the screen. Remember when that cost no meter at all? You could just do it. The follow-ups are actually very similar to what they were in Street Fighter Alpha 3. Ah, he dropped it. That's an infinite. The opponent falls out eventually, but you can build back. If you build back a super, you can reset like them falling out. So it's repeated 50% supers. Green has a bunch of infinites. That's an infinite off of a command grab. Oh, he tech flipped out. That's one frame. Nice. Even if Karine isn't in V-ISM, she can land a command grab and then, or a normal throw, and then activate V-ISM and get OTGs. Actually, I think it has to be a normal throw. It can't be a command grab. That was he canceled it into parry. This should lead to an infinite. Easy to drop though. He dropped it. Karine's probably one of the best characters in this game, but she's very executionally demanding. Aw. That was a nice comeback. Karine has conversions into infinites from so much shit. Any ground throw, any air throw. I forget. Zangief is like top tier in Alpha 3. Look at all that damage! Oh my god, did you guys see that? That tech flip was super, super bad. It got him killed. The tech flip got punished. And it basically gave him a full, like fat corner combo that happened to stun at a really optimal time. And then he got a full jumping combo from that. That can be an infinite, or not infinite, an unblockable. She can have overheads and lows hitting on the same frame. Only on cornered opponents. And also it can be beaten with alpha counter. It's also very hard to do. Wahahaha. Look at that sweep. Karine's sweep in this game is literally better than it is in Street Fighter V. For exactly the same reasons. She can just poke with it and it's got really good priority and it's impossible to punish. All of that still applies in this game. We got it? Looks like oh, he killed immediately. Damn, are we done with all the Koreans? Ree versus Honda. Classic. Oh, that was almost a sick punish, but he activated too soon. Can you imagine how badly it would break Laura if stay medium kick was +5 on hit? That would be it. That would be GG. She'd be #1 in the game by far. Ree smashes Honda in this game, if I recall. This is also X Honda, which is kind of bad. X is generally character's worst ism, and Honda has like no confirms for his super, so it's also not that great of a super. You only have one super in X-ISM. This isn't infinite. It's kind of hard to do. It's very easy to do it, but it's very easy to let the opponent fall a little bit each time. So it's not infinite if you're not perfect. I think that would actually be a block string infinite on a lot of characters if lower stand medium kick was +2 and 5 frame startup. +2 on block. Because it like keeps the same range. And it would beat all lights and mediums. V-ISM doesn't have any supers. It has the custom combos, these things. You can cancel normals into normals, think it aging. A-ISM is basically like you have multiple supers and you can choose how much of your meter you want to use to choose how strong they are. So you can do like a level 1, level 2, or level 3 super, which will cost 1, 2, or 3 bars. It's basically exactly like C-Groove in CBS2. X-ISM is like Street Fighter 2. You get one super, and it's like the level 3 equivalent. That was level 3 super. Pretty strong. Then you go crushed immediately after. There's other things that change too. X-ISM characters can't air block, and they don't have alpha counters at all. Alpha counters have different prices for A-ISM and V-ISM. X-ISM has really, really long guard bars, and really they have a permanent multiplier on their damage. It's like 1.2 times all damage. I think V-ISM characters actually have less damage than normal too. Yeah, it's the same damage. It's identical damage. X-ISM and level 3 A-ISM. But like other parts of the combo do more with X-ISM. Your normals and specials are stronger. You can't cancel into the activate in V-ISM, so it's very hard to confirm your custom combos. You're frailer in V-ISM. Your guard bar will be shorter, and I don't remember if your health changes, but like your guard bar is shorter. So basically, like, V-ISM is really hard to use and very technical, and also you become a Kuma when you pick it. Because you get really easy to guard break and stuff. Maybe easy to stun too, I don't remember. But then it's really good, it's very rewarding, it's very strong. V-ISM is almost everyone's best ISM, if you're using it properly. This Street Fighter Alpha is called Street Fighter Zero in Japan. So their Alpha ISM is called Zero ISM. The custom win pose! Literally all of the infinites in this game are in V-ISM, I think. A-ISM is like the, traditional Street Fighter. But you have multiple supers at once. So it's not like Street Fighter 3, where you have to choose before the battle. Nice combo, nerd. The thing about V-ISM is the activate has invincibility. The X, I don't know what the X stands for, if it stands for anything. It stands for Super Street Fighter 2 X. So it's like the Street Fighter 2 ism. The A stands for Alpha, or the Z for Zero, which is supposed to be like the Street Fighter, Alpha style. And the V stands for Variable, which allows you to go for variable combos, aka custom combos. I.e. Genei-jin. You only have invincibility if you activate with a high percentage. If you activate with 50, you have no invincibility. You can't activate below 50. If you activate with 100, you have a decent amount of invincibility. Look at that. Anti-airlift strong. This game is like, it's not super well balanced, but there's a lot of depth to it, which makes it very fun. Ouch. And all the time supers aren't being used. It's like a pretty clean, fair, technical, fundamental Street Fighter game. Alpha is like it. If you're like, Alpha is a really good example. A lot of people act like balance is everything nowadays. Alpha is a really good example of a game where it was the Street Fighter. Like, it doesn't have that good of balance, but it's fun. It's very fun. Alpha 2 and Alpha 3 are extremely fun games, so people prefer playing them even despite their balance, just because the mechanics are very fun. The air tech flipping, like the fucking combo system, the variety of characters. That was nice. Alpha 2 is simpler than Alpha 3. It has better balance, but that's mostly due to the fact that there's fewer characters. They have pretty similar balance when you factor out the character variety. Alpha 2 is a bit cleaner, and characters benefit more universally from, oh, Evil Cammy. Saluting the Bison. This is before Cammy became a good character. Cammy's evil in this game. These combos are really game-breaking, but they're fun to do. Fun fact, if you pick X-ISM with Sodom, he reverts to his original Final Fight design with katanas instead of the Jite. Fun fact, if you pick X-ISM Chun-Li, she wears her Street Fighter 2 outfit instead of her Street Fighter Alpha outfit. She reverts to Street Fighter 2 visual design. Generally speaking, characters don't change too much with X-ISM besides the super, but certain characters have like special moves that change. Like Chun-Li loses her up kicks and she gets a spinning bird kick if she's X-ISM, and also her fireball turns into like a stationary, like Rio style fireball. There's some other ones. X-ISM 8-on is really funny. X-ISM 8-on, if you hit any jumping kick, you get an air jaguar kick. So jump towards light kick, jump towards medium kick, and jump towards hard kick are 3 different jaguar kicks with different arcs. And if you do jump up or jump back with any of those, they'll also have different arcs. So he has like 9 air jaguar kicks that he can do. and they're literally just button press special moves. He has no jumping kicks at all because all of his jumping kicks are just Jaguar kicks. Street Fighter Alpha was named extremely appropriately. I'm going to sleep shortly, so I'm going to look at what it is you want me to analyze, but I'm not going to analyze it right now. It's a bar fights match. Wait, is that you? I see a big lump in the background. Why, yes, that is an auto guard break. I didn't mean it. I was just being mean. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ezra. I might look at that footage, but not yet. Tomorrow. So let's actually talk about guard breaking, because it's important. Look at this guard meter, it's pretty small. That's because she picked V-ISM. V-ISM has a tiny guard meter. Right here, if Ryu gets you cornered and has a good activate, he can get a touch of guard break pretty easily. And it does pretty good damage. Almost happens. But then here it is. Touch of guard breaking wing. She tries to alpha counter to get out. Alpha counters, you sacrifice the guard meter. You sacrifice one chunk of your guard meter, and also half your bar if you're in V-ISM, and 1/3 of your bar if you're in A-ISM. So you're basically you're giving up. It doesn't restore your guard meter or anything either. You're giving up like a chunk of your guard meter, so you can only go up to this much, which is not very much anymore. Just in the hope that you'll hit them out of their attack, and you won't have to. You'll be able to recover some guard meter. So it's very risky to alpha counter in this game. There's some permanent like repercussions for the rest of the round. Anyway, Kemi has a very short guard bar right now. If you get guard broken, you just are full combo punishable. There's no tricks to it. It's exactly what you'd expect. Kemi almost got guard broken there. And there too. Every time you get guard broken, you also lose a chunk of your guard bar again. So you can have a very, very tiny guard bar. You can actually get guard broken by just heavy normals if you've been guard broken enough. So like the opponent can basically put you into an infinite. Meaty sweep, you get guard broken, or you get hit, and then like, you know, combo into knockdown, and then meaty sweep. Stuff like that. So you basically die if your guard meter runs out. Like if you like get guard broken too many times, or like use too many alpha counters. It's basically GG. Ryu's like high tier in this game. Ryu's not absolute top. Akuma is absolute top. Ryu's the only fake Hadoken user. It's core circle forward, player 1 button. The generally agreed top tier in this game, as I recall, is Akuma by himself in a little tier of his own, followed by Sodom, Zangief, Dhalsim, and Chun-Li, not in that order. And then somewhere after that, you get characters like Kareen and probably Guy and Gen. Uh, I don't know. It gets kind of fuzzy from there. Kimmy's okay. She's like mid. She might be like secret high. Her generally agreed tier is mid. Get this. Zangief is top tier because Rushdown is too broken. And Dhalsim is top tier because zoning is too broken. Wrap your brain around that. Ultra David is mostly known for alpha. Fun fact. Maybe mostly is a bit strong. These days he's mostly known for commentary. But like Ultra David played this game competitively a lot. And he played Zangief in this game. And Zangief was seen for a very long time to be a bottom tier when this game was new. And then it kind of eventually came into being that Zangief was not bottom tier at all. He was probably top tier. There was like a big perception for like the first year of this game that Zangief was bottom tier, even though he wasn't. So there's a very famous match of Ultra David fighting a Sim in what everyone perceived was a very bad matchup, but like what we know today is actually a very fair matchup. Geef versus Sim. Dhalsim won it. I mean, not Dhalsim. Ultra David won it in what was at that point seen as a very like this is an infinite, by the way. Um, a very like crazy like comeback, and now it's just like, oh well, actually, like the Geef player like just wins there. Geef player has a big advantage if he plays right. That juggle is harder than it looks. If Ryu ever goes neutral, Kimmy can tech flip out. So Ryu has to carefully avoid neutral at any point during that combo. So his motion is, and there's forced like neutral during landing frames almost. Ryu's motion is hold up forward to get a jump, and then shift to down forward, and then when he lands, he skips neutral by going straight from landing frames to crouch frames. And then you have to go to up forward again. And that skips neutral by going straight from crouching frames to jumping frames. That's why they're called crouch cancel infinites. You can only do them from the tail end of a V-ISM combo. Otherwise the opponent can flip out. The opponent can actually always flip out, but the window is very small. That combo is a lot harder than it looks. Ryu's infinite there. Crouch cancels. Something like a little over half the cast has a viable crouch cancel infinite. Some of them are a lot harder than others. It's probably out there somewhere. You can probably search like Alpha 3, Ultra David, Geef, and find it. Nash is okay. Nash has a forward dash, and he's actually the only character in the game with a forward dash. Everyone else has Street Fighter 2 style movement. Nash's forward dash is kind of good. Nash is just a Gal clone in this game. Gal wasn't in this game, so Nash is doing all the Gal work. He's got good normals and two pretty good specials, but he has to charge. There are little differences between him and Gal. But for the most part, he's like he is to Gal what Ryu is to Ken. There's no teleports or anything yet. And he's not a motion character, he's a charge character. I don't remember what his combos are. Isn't it like fucking flash kick into like forward dash? Flash kick, forward dash, or something like that? Or it might be like, I forget. I feel like he has forward dashes in his combos. Why did this stop? We're not quite done. I'm fixing to go to bed like any second now. This video is almost over. Usually you want to whiff special moves, and you want only normals to hit, because that does the most damage. It depends though. Like Kenny wants only special moves for this struggle. That can be unblockable. I don't know the context, but I just know it can be. It might be because the cross-up is hitting as an overhead, and Ryu can hit at the same time with lows. Like the shadow hits as an overhead as the lows are hitting. I just know it can be an unblockable. Why is this fucking... I just want to see who wins. It's a mystery. It's probably Cammy looking at the health and looking at what's happening right now. She probably just hit sweep, and then Ryu dies. I almost guarantee that's what happened. Cammy sees this scenario and hits Crouch Roundhouse. You do not need charge in V-ISM. I think. No, maybe you do. I don't remember. I think you don't. Oh my god, I was right. Sweeps are very common in this game. Alright, I'm going to bed.